He's been like one-on-one with me and has been extremely valuable. So I just wanted to say thank you to him for putting himself out there and doing that. It was really great of him.
Well, he's here, so he can unmute himself and respond to that. Garrett, nice work.
Hey, Aaron, we're happy to have you here.
I think that's pretty awesome. We got all these people up there that are excited to be part of this today. So I recommend you getting in there, right, Richard? It's all fun, right?
Can you mute him? What is he doing?
Yeah, I just took care of it. I muted him.
Oh, fun.
Sorry, I'm on Clubhouse trying to bring people in case they didn't have the link.
That's all right.
No, it's fine. Right. It's just mute yourself from one or the other, I guess. I'm happy to go into Clubhouse. I'm going to let James take over the reins. Guys, this is new to the crew, basically, and we have Headshot crew members that are not new to the crew in here, so I'd love for you guys to voice your opinion on your experience here in the crew for the new people as well. So that's wonderful. And James and Scott are going to run you guys through the site. I will be in the background milling about, watching what you guys are up to. And if anybody needs me, I'll be here. I'll probably be over. I can go over on Clubhouse with you, Scott, and talk a little bit. We've had a wonderful experience over at Clubhouse, being able to connect with people on this new platform. And it's caused a infusion into the crew, which is really nice. So that we can kind of guide you guys in and so that you can make the most out of it. My goal for everybody is to improve your portrait photography, period. Whether that person is 3 feet in front of you or 20 feet in front of you, whether you're shooting portraits or headshots, that this place is about photographing people. Now, that said, we are headshot specialists, and we are the largest organization of headshot specialists in the globe. And we basically teach each other, because I'm a student of the game as well, how to get better at this so that we can go out and raise the awareness of what a good headshot is, which we have done. And we've provided a product that people see as the best headshots out there in the planet. So not to mention the fact that we are attracting a lot of people into the site. We have a find a photographer search, which James will go through. And I am doling out jobs left, right, and center to members of this crew and people in this community. So that is one of the coolest things, that I created something that not only can I coach you guys how to take better pictures, I can give you jobs once you've done it. That's just insane to me. So James, with that, I'll let you take it away, and I'm going to be quiet. I'll be in the background if anybody needs me. Have fun, guys.
Questions, all right.
Hit me with questions. If you have questions specifically for me, you could save it till the end.
All right.
Run away with it.
Welcome, everybody. It's good to see some friendly faces that we've been talking to on Clubhouse and who are showing up. Linda, sorry, I don't have my firefighter get up on for you. I know that you were enjoying that there on Clubhouse, so please forgive me. Anytime, guys, you want to speak up, just go ahead and hit the space bar and unmute yourselves. We will just be giving you guys a look behind the scenes, and also for those who are like, who here is a member already signed up? Or all right, everybody. And then there's a couple of you who are looking just to find out a little more of what's going on. So, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to key up here, and I'm going to share my Safari window. So we will get going. So again, just anytime you have any questions, just go ahead and throw up or press mic and ask your questions. So let's go here, and I think this is it. So let's share this one. Do we have this? Does everybody see that? Everything's good? Beth, can you move your head up and down if you see it? Yep. Good. Thank you. Okay, guys, so this is the headshotcrew.com website, and Peter was referring to a couple things. One of the advantages, obviously, of being part of the Headshot crew and being registered is the fact that when anybody comes to this site, they can click on Find a Photographer, and wherever you are in the world, people can enter a city. So if I were to enter Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which is close to where I am, you'll see the different photographers that are within that area will show up. So whatever your town is, chances are there will be a photographer in close proximity. It'll show you the ones that are closest. And up top, obviously, it's going to show those photographers who have reached associate status. And those are associate photographers, are photographers who've managed to get 15 shots past Peter and his reviews to say that, you know, there is a consistency and a competence there to create these style of headshot photographs. Beth is one of our newest associates here with us, and she's had a very fun journey in doing that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and log in here, and I'll just do my login, and I'm just going to go to my account, because when you first go into your Headshot Crew profile and stuff like that, there are a few things that you have to do right away. You have to upload a profile picture, and you're not going to be able to do much unless you've actually put in your headshot photograph, and put your best shot in that you can. Do a selfie if you have to, but just go ahead and get that in there. That would be totally cool. You have to add your studio location, and that's what's going to enable that search engine in order to find you. So make sure that you have that all filled out as accurately as you can. This bio part down here is important, because when people search you and they are trying to find, you know, your area in town, this bio is going to show up underneath the gallery of images that you create. So it's an opportunity where you can tell people a little bit about yourself, you know, maybe the other things that you shoot, maybe point them to a website or point them to an Instagram, or give them a phone number, other information that they may need if they stumble on you, in order to fill in whatever blanks they have. And then there's an opportunity for you to fill out your social media. And I can't stress enough, like, the importance of this back-end SEO, because headshotcrew.com gets so many hits and is so active and has so many backlinks. It really does help your own independent website's SEO. And actually, if people type in James Van Hees and they click images, it's all my portfolio images here on headshotcrew.com that actually come up, rather than the stuff from my own actual website. So it is a really powerful tool for you to have. So you're going to want to fill out that information, and then you upload some portfolio images. Now, I understand that not everybody is going to have like all headshots and stuff like that, but right now put your best work up there, and you can always pull those shots out of there. But you're going to need at least 5 images right now in order to activate this whole search engine thing that I just talked about. So it's just a simple dialogue. You can drag and drop files into it, and then you can create galleries, and you can sort photos into galleries as well. So here are images that I've uploaded, and galleries that I've created. I just have my one gallery that I've created. Okay, and then let's go view profile. So starting out, you're probably going to end up with a profile that has a few images, maybe like, you know, 5, or you might have more. This happens to be mine. And there are certain badges that you get as you are moving your way through Headshot Crew. So I'm going to show that here. So the first one is kind of, when you first sign in, you were given the title of protege. And so you will get a badge right away for being a protege within the group. You will get another sticker for adding files, images to your portfolio. And then there's one for how long that you've been. Then you get a hot shot there's hot shot status, there's smoking gun status. So smoking gun you get when you post an image that is really kind of exceptional and really catches Peter's eye. So if you have one of those, chances are he will go in and he will grant you a smoking gun. He is the only one who can give you a smoking gun at this point. So Pardon me?
Posted where?
When Peter, if you are submitting in headshot of the week per se, or if you are, it's usually Peter's going to see your work when it is in a contest. That's when Peter will typically see any of your shots, or if he's doing a portfolio review, or if he's just doing a regular review, then those will be the only times that Peter's really taking a look at your work. Okay. So if he sees something that he really likes and he thinks it's a shebanging shot, chances are you'll get a smoking gun for that shot. A hot shot is given to you when you have a series of shots that are really good and really close, and you are getting close for an associate review. Again, Peter's the only one who can give you that kind of hot shot status. And then there's a number of other stickers you will see different people getting. You'll see a bunch of people with associate status. I think we have 147 or 100, well, probably about 147 now associates in the crew. So that's really cool, and that's really where you want to kind of drift yourself. That's where you want to get there. Because at that point, once you get associate status, more leads will come your way from the other mechanisms that are here built into Headshot Crew. And then this is my mentor one. And if you're a member of the Spotlight, if you've been spotlit by Kim Dalton, you will get this one. And that's just kind of the stickers. So people have different ones. There's like PhDs, there's all kinds of different stickers. So let's get out of here. Bookmarks, I don't have anything under bookmarks. Shabucks. So Shabucks, you might come across something called Shabucks. And Shabucks are kind of credits that are given to you for participation within the website. So if you're posting things for review, if you're commenting on images and you're like participating in the forums, you'll get Shabucks. If you win a headshot of the week or a headshot of the month, you'll get Shabucks. If you go associate, you'll get Shabucks. So there's different Shabucks that you can get for the level of activity that you are on the website. So Michaela, how many Shabucks do you have?
I've forgotten. I don't even know.
So currently right now, like members are collecting Shabucks. We don't have a way necessarily to spend the Shabucks, and we're all kind of excited to kind of see what happens with these accumulated things. So right now it's kind of an internal crew kind of point of humor, collecting Shabucks and not having anywhere to spend them. So
I'm at 12,949.
there you go. There you go.
You're more than double mine.
So moving off of Shabucks, we have tutorials, and if you've purchased tutorials, they will show up here. There's also a section for mentoring. If you, this one's a little different because I am a mentor, but mentoring sessions, if you want a one-on-one session with Peter or with any of the mentors, you can come here and you can order a one-on-one session, and each mentor has typically a different rate that they are going to charge hourly for a detailed, focused, one-on-one kind of consult session. Notifications, this will be just where you are receiving information on like posts that you've posted and other people have posted. It's just kind of like your notifications that you get on your computer. Your order history, if you've done things, leads, if leads have come in from the website, they will show up here as well. So I am going to get out of here. So this is just all on your account information file. So I am going to go down to this section right here, which says My Groups. And inside a Headshot Crew, we have three different groups. We have headshots, we have portrait, and we have success tracks. So headshots obviously is the track with the forum, which is headshot related. So here's where we will have people placing headshots up and asking for comments. feedback. Here Beth has headshot of the week that she won for this one. Other people, Vanessa has asked for some comments on the shot that she took of her husband. So this is a track where people are going to be posting things, they're going to be soliciting feedback, and they're going to be receiving feedback, or just, saying something headshot related. Portrait track obviously is all about portraits. Okay. Sometimes you'll see, some people posting something like a portrait in the headshot session, and they'll get referred, throw that into the portrait session. But again, this section of the forum is all dedicated just to portraits. And again, people are posting images, looking for comments, feedback, showing their behind the scenes of what they've done and how they've created stuff. So these are all conversations that are ongoing at any time. The success track is where we're talking more about business, and you're free to ask questions, business, marketing, pricing strategies, all those type of things would kind of fall under this group discussion. And Peter posts things about some of the extra stuff that he's doing. So kind of personal development would be all in the success track. Personal development and business development would be in that area. Portrait and headshot tracks are both more to the photographic development and skills that way. So inside of this area, once we're into any of the tracks, like any of our groups, we have a few different options that are coming up on our dashboard on the site. So we can obviously go here up to the all posts, and we can see all the posts that have been done, regardless of what track they're on. We can go here, and this is where you're going to probably want to spend a lot of your time off the start, is into the coaching videos. And the coaching videos have all been broken down into, different sections from, Peter was doing a studio series where he was interviewing other headshot crew members in their studios and having conversations. The different fundamentals. Peter's been doing like weekly wisdom videos for all of us, and where you're getting kind of some of the nuggets. But he also breaks down a lot of the coaching and a lot of the steps and different things. So there's over 300 videos just in this section alone of all tips and tricks. So if you've read Peter's book or you've watched any of his tutorials, a lot of that information is all in here as well. Okay. And literally there's hours and hours and hours of information and education just here in the videos. The next section here, live crew casts. Live crew casts show you the weekly schedule. So we are now broadcasting 6 days a week for the headshot crew. So starting on Sunday, which is what we're doing here today, the new crew cast, new to the crew cast, where we're talking about the site. Tomorrow is the women in the crew. And that is just for the women of the crew to discuss issues and topics that are pertinent to doing business and supporting each other in that aspect, which has been really phenomenal. Michaela, have you been in on those at all?
Yep, I've done them all, and the whole purpose of the women in the crew is a lot of women who have their businesses are also moms, and they're juggling many things, and so they often have to approach their businesses differently.
Right.
And we often have to be creative in a different way than men, and so we're there for support, help, and to just we have accountability partners. We often see things differently. Sometimes women see color differently than men. Like 60% of men have color blindness. So we have that to support as well. And it's just approaching things. We love men. There's no men bashing in it. It's just a way to get things done and support each other in a very nurturing, supportive environment.
Right. I see Beth nodding her head very, very greatly there. Beth, do you want any quick comments on the women in the crew cast?
Yeah, the women in the crew cast has been amazingly supportive, and we have a Facebook group as well. And as Michaela said, it's not like a special group, but sometimes we face certain challenges or certain situations that might be a little bit different, whether it's safety and security, although not to say that men wouldn't have that also if we're operating out of our home, or the challenges of juggling, the things which again men might have. But it's just an extra thing that's been added recently, and I think it's really fantastic. And I also want to add that the men in the crew, I mean, this place is so special and everybody is so supportive, and I've never had anything negative. Some of my best buddies here, I mean, I've really made good friends here, and men and women alike, and I don't even distinguish between them as far as the closeness of my relationships. But the women in the crew section is really nice, and it's just an extra thing to have.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. So moving off that's just Monday. That's just Sunday and Monday. So then Tuesday, we have Tough Love Tuesdays, which typically Peter is coming and judging the headshot of the week or headshot of the month, kind of gets done on Tuesdays. And those are just listening to Peter review images and see how Peter is looking at images. You are going to learn so much. You're going to be like, I didn't see that. I didn't even think about that. And even when I submit photos, or I was submitting, I was like, oh, I've got this one in the bag. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what about this and this and this and this? And I'm like, I just totally don't think on that level. But sitting through that, listening to him and watching kind of what he's looking for and what he sees as valuable and what's taking away from your photograph is priceless. So definitely Tough Love Tuesdays are a day of reviews. A lot of associates are made on Tuesdays as well, because that's kind of one of those days that we kind of review those type of things. He will also solicit for reviews if you want him to look at your work or look at a shot. Then that's when you can queue up and get your name on the list for the day. Wednesdays are Wisdom and Weiss. So Wisdom is every week Peter drops a few gems on us on kind of what to think of and kind of a little bit on that success track, some mindset and information, which is really good. It really gets you thinking. And then the Weiss portion is our resident portrait leader is Ivan Weiss, which is a phenomenal portrait photographer based out of London. And his work is extraordinary. So he has the pleasure of taking us on a little portrait journey and exploration into our portrait work, which is just phenomenal in itself. Thursday is Crashing the Crew Thursdays, and that one is it's had a few different incarnations as of late. We've had live shoots where Peter's been shooting models live for us, and we get to watch him shooting live, which you're just watching Peter work and seeing the angles that he's shooting at and seeing how he's setting up the light and how he's bantering back and forth with the subject is crazy, and it's so entertaining. But then we also bring in guest speakers, and we will have guest speakers talking about their business or talking about things that they're strong at or just sharing their stories. And obviously, rising tides raise all ships. The more we can network and hear from other members of our industry, the better we all are for it. So Crashing the Crew Thursdays are another phenomenal one. So those links to each week's things are all listed here under your live crew casts. So if you misplace your email that you get every Sunday now, then you can come here and then you will get your updated links. So just click on this and it should throw you right into the Zoom meeting. Notice all crew casts are at 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that doesn't change. Down below this, you have recordings of all the past crew casts. So if you missed something, don't worry about it because it is all captured here for you. So here we have last Thursday's with Michelle, And then we have the headshot of the month that was recorded. And you just keep coming back. And you can go back and watch different reviews and see what Peter was doing. Here's a live shot down here, which was phenomenal as well. So
James, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's all crew casts except for the Monday women's one. That one is not listed where the other crew casts are. That one is kept private.
what, the link?
The women's crew cast replays are not where all the other.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, no, the women's crew casts are not recorded. Those are private conversations that occur there. Thank you for that, Sharon. So moving off of the crew casts, then we have our contests. And this is where you can go in and get active and throw your best shot up there and see what's going on with, you can throw your work in and see where it lands. So here we will have we have several different contests going on right now. We have a portrait probe contest, which is based on a specific artist, and people will create portraits inspired by that artist. And that will be judged at the end of the month. Then we have portrait of the month. It's portrait probe, portrait of the month, headshot of the week, headshot of the month. So there's typically 4. We have a couple extra here is because there's a couple January things that need to be cleaned up. But typically there's 4 contests going on at any one time. Headshot of the month usually has prizes tied to it. So that one's a special one to win, because not only will you get a free year's membership if you win headshot of the month, you also get a PhD. So that is a degree that Peter will give you, and you get a new sticker for that one. But you typically also get all of his tutorials, and I believe you get banter as well as a prize. And this year, or this month, it is the Ceremonic, what is it? Yeah, it's they're these guys. Where are they? Yeah, the B500s, which is a remote audio system, which is really cool. And then you can also see the different winners from the past portrait probes, headshot contests, and all that. That's all listed here. So if you want to see the best of, or if you want to go back in and actually see the contest and what was submitted, that's all available for you to see here, to see what the competition was like. So this is a very active area, as well as the other forums.
James, I want to add that this year, Infinity came on as a sponsor for the Portrait of the Month. So they're sponsoring and giving a prize as well.
Yeah. So that's very new. That's just came out, that Affinity Photo is sponsoring the portrait probes. Portrait of the Month. Yeah. The next one is crew perks. And as a crew member, there are certain perks to it, and they are discount codes that you can use at any time if you're buying specific equipment. So you can go in and claim your perks through here, through various things. And then we have our FAQ section. And the FAQs, one of the ones that people like to go to is headshot crew lingo, because there's a lot of acronyms and lingo that gets used here inside the crew. And one of the things that we like to pride ourselves on is the fact that the headshot crew is an AFZ, which means an asshole free zone. Okay, the headshot crew is all about helping each other get to where we need to go to become a better photographer, to grow and become stronger, more confident, more successful. And we can't do that if people are, just not being kind, not being fruitful, not being beneficial to other people. So this family is very much about raising each other, not about putting anybody down. So everything's done constructively for each other's betterment and creative growth. So any of the other acronyms that you find through here, like high nostril presence and different things you'll hear in the reviews. You'll hear Peter talk about, oh, this is this, this is that. If you don't know what it is, you can always ask in the chat during a live crewcast, or you can just refer back here to the lingo section. And let's just go out of here. And I think that is pretty much our site right now. Do I have any questions? Any questions at all? Okay, let me just go back here to my Zoom and see if I can stop my share.
James, this isn't a question, but
yeah, by all means.
I think if people are new to the crew, you just said that there was over 300 videos, and with the crewcast, everything, there's actually over 800 videos. So maybe you want to like
just in the coaching section. In the coaching section, there's over
300.
Yeah,
over 300, right? So you may want to tell them like where to get started.
Okay, I'm just trying to get rid of my screen here. It's not letting me. All right. Well, I'll just stay here then. Where to get started? So obviously the first thing that you need to do to get started, as I said, is upload your profile picture, add your studio location, make sure all those points are done. Make sure you have at least 5 shots into your portfolio. That way that'll activate the find a photographer, and people will be able to find you if they search for a headshot photographer in your town. After that, the thing that you will do is we would love you to go into one of the forums, the headshot track, and introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm new here. This is my first post. You can throw up a picture. You don't have to throw up a picture, and let people introduce themselves and introduce yourself. From there, I would say go into the coaching videos and start absorbing as much information as you can. Eat it up, learn, learn, learn. You can reach out to mentors if you want. You can reach out to other people that you find on the forums, but then make sure you go to the crewcasts and you make sure that you're part of that crewcast of that day. Like, get on there and just let yourself be known. Introduce yourself. We're doing call outs all the time for people to introduce themselves on the crewcasts. That's the thing that you want to do. So that would be how you start out. Get yourself introduced, make sure your portfolio is going, consume as many videos as you can. I know a few of you have already posted on forums and have gotten some feedback, and then get at it, start shooting and start working it. I'm still trying to stop sharing my screen. So one sec here, guys. Boom. There we go. I got it.
I had a question.
Yeah, by all means.
The question I had, I think I asked it in the chat, but for the headshots of the week, how much time do I have to submit that before each week? I didn't know.
So there's a headshot of the week every single week. So it's judged on a Tuesday, and then a new contest will start Wednesday morning, or right after that contest. Essentially, once it's posted, it'll either be posted that night or Wednesday, the new contest, and then you have until the following week. But on every post, there'll be a deadline. It'll say like Monday at 11:45, say.
Okay,
but you'll see it right on there.
So
And then
Lamont,
make sure though that you read the contest, because sometimes the contests change a little bit. Sometimes it's a regular headshot, and sometimes we're doing a special themed headshot. So like a couple weeks ago, we did alcohol bottles. And during the start of COVID, we did pets one time, and we did different garden things. Like it was all over the place. So make sure you read those specifications, because we may be focusing on something very specific.
So I just want to add that for headshot of the week, that shot has to have been taken within
Yes.
that last week. Whereas headshot of the month, you can submit any shot that you might have taken, anytime. But headshot of the week has to have been taken within the past 7 days because Peter wants us to keep shooting.
Yeah, I get
So,
that. I
yeah.
just wanted to know how much time before I
Yeah.
had to submit. the one.
Usually the deadline, Lamont, is for headshot of the week is Tuesday at 3:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and then headshot of the month would be the 11:45, the night before the last.
Got it.
Linda, you look like you have questions. What's your question, Linda? Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. You're muted. So just press your space bar or unmute yourself. There you go.
It's Sunday, y'all. I'm out of it. But no, I don't have any questions. I'm just listening and taking it all in.
Okay. So a lot of the education here is done through osmosis. It's done through participation by putting stuff up and then getting reviews back, by putting images into contests and having them reviewed. You will learn a lot. Peter reviews every single image and he'll tell you what needs work. And if he tells you that your color is way off or whatever, then your next groundwork on what you need to work on before you put your next shot up in a contest or whatever. So then you can work on it and then you can throw it up for review and kind of get people to give you feedback. It's very constructive and it's very helpful inside of those forums. There's tons of people who are constantly looking at your images and reviewing them. And we've sat through these crew costs many, many times. So, there's a certain almost standard checklist that we go through in our head now when we look at an image. And it gets to the point where when you're looking through the viewfinder, you'll start hearing Peter's voice in your head telling you, not this, not this, not this, oh, that, oh, that, oh, that. So that's how a lot of learning is done. But you are going to find friends. You are going to just connect with people, especially on crew casts. We do something called Breakout Rooms, and it's an opportunity to meet and say hi to fellow crew members. And that's where a lot of kind of bonding happens, and you'll find your tribe. You'll find your tribe within the headshot crew for sure. The people that you're familiar with. Any questions about the website? Yes, go ahead, Linda.
Actually, I do have a question now. How much of the website do we have access to? The entire thing, or are we closed off from certain things until we're signed up?
No, right now, if you're on a free membership, you have complete access to the entire system.
Okay.
So consume as many videos as you want, participate if you want, that's totally fine.
And can you show again, or just say where you find your city and who's in your, so we can figure out who's in our city?
Yep, by all means. Let's go here. Okay, so again, on the Headshot Crew website, I'm just going to move this out of the way here. Whether you're on headshotcrew.com or anytime here, you can just click on Find a Photographer. And then you can just put in whatever your town is. Like if I go Austin, Texas. Okay, and it gives us all the photographers that are in that area.
Thank you.
So James,
yes.
I don't know if it's relevant, but I just wanted to point it out that when I first signed up, but I signed up for, I guess I just signed up without actually signing into the paid level with the free month.
Right.
And when I did that, I had an account, but I didn't have access to anything. It was completely blank, and I thought I had signed up for the free account, and I was completely lost. Thinking I had access to all this stuff. And then when I figured out that if I signed up for that level with the free month, then I got into the right place, then I could see everything. So there may be other people that have experienced that too.
They may be seeing this for the first time because they felt that they signed up. So the free month was the gold level monthly. if you sign up for the gold level monthly, let's just go here and let me just log out. So if I log out here and then I go register, this should give me, there we go. This gives us the different levels and what's included in the levels. So the silver level, it'll list your business on the search. It'll generate leads or the backlink for you for the SEO, and you have access to some of the perks. The gold level, that puts you into the coaching stream. There are almost 1,500 of us now that are part of this education system. And on a regular basis, we would have 150 or so people who are attending the crewcasts. And that's constantly growing now. But people come and go. People are able to come this time or not able to do that. Some people are working, they're not able to hit the crewcast. So the content's totally being chewed up all the time. So the gold is where you want to be. That will give you the forums. It'll give you all the videos. It'll give you all the history, the contests, all that stuff is when you're in the gold level. And the monthly gold is where you get that free month. The platinum adds another section to it because not only do you get all the stuff of the gold, but you're also automatically enrolled into the Cleaners Academy. And the Cleaners Academy is the retouching school that we have here, where you can learn your advanced retouching skills and that for your business, as well as you get one-on-one mentoring with Peter. You get a free or a complimentary one-on-one mentoring session with Peter. So that is really good.
Hey, James.
Yes.
There was one feature of the website you didn't quite go over. It's under discussions, members, and how to search for people and filter by like associate, mentor, yada, yada, that I found to be very helpful.
So yeah, we will go there. So let's go here into the headshot track. And then you will see under discussions and then members. So members right now, if you know somebody's name or only their first name, I'm just waiting for it to come up here on my side. My kids are doing a lot of Minecraft apparently. You can check on whether by status, if they have specific statuses, or you can just go by name. So if I go James here, and it will bring up all the different Jameses that we have on the site. There I am. Right, if you want to just find out the associates. And we have, there I am again. But we only have one associate whose name is James. That's crazy. All right, is that what you wanted to see, Garrett?
Sounds good. Yeah.
How have you used it? How have you used it, Garrett? How have you used that?
So, when I do make connections in the crew and such like that, and we can kind of talk about images that we've got in our portfolios, and for the longest time I was going, okay, what's your city, and going to the find a photographer and trying to find people with the map.
Right.
And it's just so much easier to just type in a name and go that route.
So here we have Garrett's portfolio, this fine headshot here with his wings. And we can see different stickers that he is one that I don't have. He has a PhD, which is a Peter Hurley degree for winning headshot of the month. And then he also won headshot of the week back in September. So super cool.
I think Janice has a question, but she's on the iPhone. But just unmute yourself and ask the question, Janice.
I'm sorry. I think he answered the question. Thank you for that. But yeah, he just answered the question where I was asking, I was wanting to ask about the different memberships and where I could find like how to edit better,
right.
videos. And so He just told me with the premium.
Yep. Yeah. So the Cleaners Academy, actually, it's run off of a private Facebook group. It's not necessarily on the Headshot Crew website. So you're automatically enrolled in it. And Pedro does that on Facebook, a Facebook group that's all run through. And there's live
Other
casts
videos
as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's live crew casts, and I'm not sure if Pedro has videos or not. Beth may know, but I think Beth took off. Garrett, do you know whether or not they have?
Recorded videos on Cleaners
Yeah,
Academy?
like of their past cleaners. Yeah.
Yep, they live on the Facebook group.
Yep. Okay. That is cool.
Thank you.
Not
Thanks.
a problem.
I just want to say that Nitan's headshot is badass.
Yes. So Nitan just got himself a flex kit, and he set that up and went for it. So
Tell us about that and where you can get that and learn how to use it, I guess, on one of the tutorials.
Yeah, the Flex Kit is the Westcott lights that were designed with Peter. Peter designed those with Westcott, and those are available at B&H for purchase. And there is a crew perk for those on the perk site. And we are talking very powerful LED panels. And of course, all the constant light source. And there's tons of videos on the use of the flex light and how to set them up and kind of positions and angles and all those other great things.
So I just want to say that you can do Peter's lighting styles and the lighting styles that are taught here, no matter what kind of lights you have. You can do them with strobes. You can do them with, whatever you have, you can learn the principles of lighting according to the different lighting styles that we show here. But the Flex Kit is an amazing thing. I actually thought about it for about 2 or 3 years before I got it. And I really love it. I have the original Flex Kit. They have a newer version out now, but don't let that stand in the way of learning the lighting principles that are here. We have a lot of associates here that shoot with strobes, or other kind of lighting things. Right. So the Flex Kit is great, and being able to see, what you see is what you get with the constant lighting. It's great, but don't let that stand in your way. Start with what you have and learn the principles.
Yep. No, Nitan, you look far more attractive with your headshot. Can you just throw that back up for me, buddy? No, I'm just teasing. But also, like, for all of you there, like, understand that, you're going to hear a lot about lighting setups, and there are, whether it's parallel lighting, whether it's triangle lighting, or 4 light setups. Those are ones that you'll hear a lot talked about here in the Headshot Crew. But if your style is not that, if your style of creating a headshot is using one light through a scrim, or creating a large natural light, or whatever, the key measures of the images are going to be consistency across your portfolio. Because if you have a defined style, then that's going to be what you're judged on. And so I'll jump in here and I'll show you an example of that. So let's go to Garrett and let's take a look at Garrett's work here. So Garrett has a style to his work. Okay. He has a certain look, and there's a consistency across it. Remember, consistency and expression are going to rule the day. Okay, so there are certain things that we will look for in consistency. Your background doesn't matter so much as you are getting, your skin tones are looking good, your exposure is good, and going from one image to another image, there is a consistency there. But that's Garrett's style. So now let's go to me. And you'll notice I have a completely different style, and I have a different toning that I do to my images. Now, one is not better than another. It's just Garrett has a style and I have a style, but they are consistent. So let's go now to Beth. Okay. Beth has a different range that she goes to with her skin tones and stuff like that than both Garrett and I, but she is consistent across the board. So people are going to be able to drop onto Beth's work and they're going to know exactly what they're going to get. Okay. So it's not about being exactly like Peter or being whatever. You have to have, there are certain things that we're looking for, and you are going to learn those things as far as, eyes and double chins and skin color and position. You're gonna pick up all of these different things, camera height. So there are basics, but how you apply those to your images, your backgrounds, whatever, that's going to be part of your style. And if that's consistent across the board, then Bob's your uncle. That's pretty good stuff. Because I know we've had questions about that. Go ahead, Lamont.
So on my profile, I did add a bunch of pictures up there, but like I said, I'm starting, essentially new with being consistent with headshots. Is that something that y'all critique, or is that something y'all look over on a specific Zoom call, or is it something that you're about like adding it to a post where y'all look at it, or if you have a collection of images in there, I don't know, like typically Peter will ask you, how many images do you have up there for me to look at? Right. And then he'll solicit that at the beginning of a crew cast. And if you want Peter to look at it, then he can look at it there. But in the meantime, you're welcome to connect with anybody in the forums and stuff like that. And if, you're putting up a shot and somebody gives you feedback, I know Beth helps out a lot of people. Garrett's helping out people. Michaela helped me when I started out looking at my work and giving me feedback. Nitan as well was instrumental. I think Michaela and Nitan were the ones that kind of pushed me to go and hit associate when I first joined up. So they were instrumental in helping me put together mine. So you can connect with fellow members, and they'll be more than happy to go through your work and, kind of let you know what to do and what to look at and stuff like that, just right off the bat. But then when you're ready, throw it over to Peter and get him to take a look at it, and then fasten your seatbelt.
I want to mention how generous people on the crew are. I know that when I was starting off, when I was working on, I had crew members call me or accept my phone call and spend an hour with me going through an issue I was having, something I was struggling with. And the generosity of the feedback that I've gotten, and I don't want to name names because there've been so many people that have helped me. And then on the crew, you can on the boards, if you post and ask for a specific image or even to look at your portfolio in general, you'll get so much feedback. And people are just really, it's amazing. They all want to help. So really don't be shy. This is the resource of this crew is tremendous. And there are people there who want to help you succeed, who want to help you. And we're all just looking to get each other better. And that never ends, because I'm still looking, we're all still looking to get better all the time. And that starts with Peter. So yeah, it's a really cool place for that.
Okay, I was just going to say, I think Kelly posted, like, where do you start if you're a beginning photographer? And I wanted to let everyone know that there's many photographers here who have been wedding photographers or portrait photographers, and they're just starting to do headshots now. Or maybe they've done a few, but they want to learn the Peter Hurley style of doing headshots, as they should, because he's quintessentially the best headshot photographer in the world. So when you post, say this is your first post, and say if you want to, if you're just starting out photography, say that you're just starting out in photography, or if you're a wedding photographer and you're just doing headshots, put that in as well. And then other people who were, say, wedding photographers who are now shifted over to headshots will comment and say, yeah, this is what's different, this is what's similar. So you have amazing resources, because so many people come to photography from different things. We're all creatives, but there's a lot of technical people here, and everyone sees something differently, and everyone can help you in a different way. So just put where you are And oh, the other thing that we always do too, if you're shooting a family member.
Yeah, I just wrote that down. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Go ahead, Mikhail.
abbreviate that as a FMS, a family member situation. So always put that when you're shooting a family member.
Yep. So family member, if you're shooting a family member, just put FMS and then go ahead with your description if you're going to post it and stuff like that. And that just lets people know that this is a family member. So people tend to go a little easier when it's a family member. All right. Do we have any other questions?
James, I was just going to add also,
Yep, please.
kind of piggybacking off of Beth and Michaela, but another great thing about the women in the crew is that depending on the topic, either the intended topic or the topic that we veer off to, like last week we were talking about websites and stuff, and I already had Laura set up private Zoom call with me just to kind of review a couple tips on my website. So regardless of what your question is, whether it's related to specifically to headshots or like they were saying, other things to help your business, there's always somebody to help out. I had a question about my newer camera that I purchased that I actually didn't even know existed, but I found out from Peter, and was having like a focus issue, and Nitan was like, hey, call me anytime, I'll help you with it. So I just wanted to add on to that.
Yeah, and that is the nature. Thank you for that. Sorry. That is the nature of this community, right? You joining us, you are no longer an army of one. You have 1,500 other people going through this together. And we're going to drag you through if we have to, but we're going to get you to where you want to go. As long as you show the desire and the commitment to it, we're behind you 1,000%, and you will find the help here.
I want to piggyback off something that Sari said a second ago,
Sure.
where all the other crewcasts tend to be like informational and content and Peter teaching. The women's tends to be more conversational and everybody has input. It's just structured a little bit differently. Thank you, Sari, for saying that.
Yep, perfect. Perfect.
Something else I was going to say is that sometimes people, like example, one morning this week, somebody sent out a little note saying, hey, I don't know how to handle this customer. And she wasn't 100% sure on how to be able to respond to some of the questions. And you'd be surprised at how many people came back and said, let's work through this so you don't lose the client, but at the same time, make it work best for you. So you got 3 or 4 different opinions on how to handle a client, because if you're you've got a mindset that you're going to go in and shoot 6 people, and the next thing you know, the client wants a whole bunch of different stuff, but doesn't mention any of that in the pre-conversations. It's 10 o'clock. You're going to show up at 1:30. You're sometimes a little stressed out, and we're all there to help you out. We're all there to kind of say, hey, just take a step back, focus, go back to conversations and sort through it. We're all here to help you answer the questions if there's something tough that comes across. And you'd be surprised at how many people will jump on the phone and just say, hey, let's talk this through.
Yep, exactly. I'm just going through some of the questions that we had here as well. Can you join the Cleaners Academy if you're a gold member? Yes, you can. You can upgrade your membership at any time if you want to do that. Sharon mentioned the AFZ. We got that. Any other questions in there, guys, that you can see in the chat? Just so I make sure that I'm getting everybody. Okay. So all in all, guys, I think that's kind of the back end to show you kind of where to go and how to play and stuff. I know that many of you have met us first through Clubhouse, and so you're aware of myself and Scott and a few of the other names, and it's always good to see you guys here and participate. Isaac, thank you for coming into the Snipples room with us the other day. That was great having you there, buddy. Anybody else have anything else for us? There has to be some questions, confusions, next steps. Everybody clear on that one? if at any time you have any questions, you can reach out on the site into the forum, or you can DM myself, Scott, Garrett, Michaela, Nitan. We're all on Instagram, so you can find us by name. And we'd all be more than willing to help you out and direct you guys as well. Beth is always active inside of the forums, and so you'll always get some good advice and direction from her, as well as other associates that are there. But I guess the only thing to do now is just kind of go through. Wayne, are you cool? Do you have any questions for us? You just have to unmute, just hit your space bar and talk. And I'm just going to pick on people now because I love picking on people. Still got you muted there. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, you're good? Okay, awesome.
I'm good.
Stephanie, how are you doing? Any questions? Okay, got thumbs up there. Isaac? Yeah, you're good? Jermaine? All right. Laura, what are we saying? All right.
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Dan, thank you for joining. Joel, you good? I think Joel's just listening. Nat, Brian? It's Brian, right? Yeah, Brian, good. Janice, did we answer all your questions? Yeah, oh, that's awesome. Smile. Keep throwing that one up. Yep, you have your hand up. Yep, go for it.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my name is Aaron. I know it shows up as OMS on there. It's the
Oh, okay,
business.
Aaron. Yep.
But yeah, I'm Aaron. So I had a question about, like, I noticed on the Hotshot badge that it talks about having a mentoring session, and then like the Peter Hurley review happens after you've had a Hotshot badge and mentoring. So can you kind of go through the stages of, like, okay, I've signed up, I've started, now I'm going to fill up my portfolio, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Like, what's that track to associate?
Right. That is something that we're actively trying to lay out for you guys right now, because that system has changed just a little bit. It used to be that you would get your hot shot status, or you would get your smoking gun. And after your smoking gun, then you could go ahead and assemble a portfolio and ask for Pedro, which is another one of our mentors, to go ahead and look at your portfolio. He would then give you a hot shot status, at which point then you could go for an associate review. That has changed a little bit, so we're just rejigging it. But essentially for yourself right now, it will be when Peter calls out, come take a look, anybody want me to review their portfolio, make sure you have at least 10 to 15 shots in there. And if he calls it out on a crew cast, make sure you are putting your name in the hat and asking him to take a look at your work. And then he'll go ahead and take a look at it and give you an idea of where you need to go. Okay, so right now that's the very simple way to do it. And we're going to bleed that out in the short term, because we've just recently had some changes, and we're going to lay that out a little clearer for everybody. But right now, that's the simplest way to do it. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Nope. Anytime, Aaron. Anytime. And where are we going? Kevin, are you good? Kevin's listening. Bill, you're good? I'm going to assume that's a yes. Stephen? Lamont, did we answer all your questions? See, everybody's so good here.
Hey, James.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Got one question on the, I guess I saw it. It's in the platinum, I guess. Something about the editing or retouching. Can you explain a little more about that, the access that we get to that? Like what that is?
So, okay. Yep, not a problem. So again, if you choose the platinum level of membership, you are automatically enrolled into the Cleaners Academy. So the Cleaners Academy is going to be weekly meetings with Pedro and that group, done on a Zoom as well, inside of Facebook group. And there you will go through different techniques to help hone your retouching and color grading skills.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's the simplest way to explain it to you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, not a problem, man. Anytime. And Steve, down the bottom, how you doing, bud? I know we've talked a few times online.
Hi, I'm good, thanks. No questions here. I've been there a few times, so
all right.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Perfect. Jennifer, did we help you out there? Do you have any questions?
I'm good. I'm just needing to get my color in line so that I can go associate. So I've been around. I don't know why I haven't met you yet.
Well, just get your name out there. Let's get it done. Let's get you to associate. Perfect. And Carla, you're good?
I'm good. I just want to chat with someone one day about an alternative to the Flex Kit to how to get started. I just have like one big Octabox right now with an alien bee. And so okay. I'm trying to just kind of restart. I got overwhelmed the last time I was in and was like, I'm over my head. So now I'm trying to restart.
Okay. So you see this guy who's like eating carrots or something right on the top there? His name is Garrett Buckley. Okay.
I just see, there's Garrett. Okay. Yep.
Okay. I'll get you to like chase him down on Garrett. Can you just send her a direct message with your DM or whatever? And okay. So he just is going to, you should have a message in the chat now with his contact information, and get in touch with him and he will be able to help you out with that and get you started. Okay.
Cool. I'm a Garrett too, but by my mother.
Awesome. It's a good name.
Yeah.
All right. So if there are no more questions,
James, I did have one more.
Oh yeah, by all means, Stephen.
So I'm going down to the class in West Palm at the end of this, well, I guess towards the end of this month.
Oh, okay. The intensive.
And I wanted to get some insight from someone who's went, so I can make the most of, my time there. And then okay. I have some questions on, I'm hearing many people speak about the Flex Kit. I just have some questions on how you use it. I know some people have the actual Hurley Flex Kit. Some people have told me that, or I've heard that there's another kit that, can be used, similar to it. So can somebody give me some guidance on that, or just kind of someone to connect to talk about, what to expect, how to make the most out of class, how to prepare, that type of stuff?
Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to let Sharon talk to the first part of your question.
I can actually talk to both of it. Stephen, I have your number. I'm happy to call you to answer your questions. We will. Perfect. A lot of people are bringing their light setups to the class. I don't remember if you told me that you are or not. But yeah, I will call you after this, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Don't worry.
Perfect. Thank you, Sharon.
I love the efficiency of this crew. It's just amazing. All right. Anybody else? Any questions? I know I've just randomly picked on a bunch of people. Ludovic, do you have a question?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do have a question.
I saw you there. I saw you there. I wasn't avoiding you.
Okay, when you were explaining the portrait probe, I didn't get that point. What's the contest like, the portrait probe?
So the portrait probe. Let's go check it out. We'll go into it because we can. We have the technology. So let's go here into portrait track. Or no, that was in contest, right? Well, it doesn't matter. We can get there this way. Live crew casts or contests. Okay, so portrait probe.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the portrait probe under the title, and then it is a focus on Tyler Shields. So Tyler Shields was the artist that we were looking for, and people were submitting images that were inspired by that artist. So one of the portrait, the Wisdom in Weeses, was just talking and exploring Tyler's work and what it was all about. And after that discussion, then the probe was created. And then based on that, people were challenged to create images that were inspired by that probe. And then there were a series of images that people have submitted that were inspired by that artist. And so those will be reviewed probably this week, I think, because we're a week behind because we had a couple things come up.
Okay.
I wanted to add something to that.
Sure.
So in the portrait track, there's a additional thing that you need to do to submit. In the headshot, you just put up your headshot. In the portrait track, you need to actually post on the general post under portraiture and put a behind the scenes. It could be a hand-drawn photo of your lighting setup. It could be a picture of your lighting setup. It could be a lighting diagram of your lighting setup. And we also put our direct out of camera or straight out of camera shot, as well as the image we were inspired by and the final image. So there's a little bit more to just throwing a photo up there.
Right. Yeah. So whether it's hand drawn or you do it, the behind the scenes has to be submitted for all portrait related contests. So you can just hand draw what your lighting setup was, or you can use one of the 3D modeling pieces of software that are out there where you can do that. It doesn't matter how technical it is, as long as it's included, so that people can kind of see how you are doing your lighting setup.
Also on the portrait tracks, they have two contests. So there's the portrait probe, which is inspired by that specific photographer in whose style you try to shoot in. And then the portrait of the month, which can be anything in your own style, you know, and it can be done at any time. So they held those two different contests.
Yep. Did that answer your question?
I hope
yeah,
so.
we're good.
Did everybody get the newsletter? Did you check on that?
Did you all get the email? Did you get an email from Peter around 3:45-ish or just before that, 3:30? Yeah, I see a lot of heads nodding.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good.
I'm just checking. I'm making sure.
That's good. Make sure you're checking, man. Make sure
I'm
you're
trying to check.
Good. Okay, well, guys, I think if there's no other questions, then I'm going to turn it back over to Peter, and he can close us out.
I don't know if there's any questions for me. I don't need to close out. You can close it out, but I wanted to see. I was in and out, and I missed probably most of it, but I know you had it under control, I'm sure. So if anybody does have any specific questions that are regarding the site or anything or anything like that, you can always DM me on Instagram. But the easiest way for site issues is, if something comes up, is emailing info@headshotcrew.com. You can always do that. We had people joining, and there was a little bit of delay of getting you in the group. So if anything like that happens, just always email me that kind of stuff. But now we've got everybody in so that you can look around the site. I see Jermaine here, and he just joined. I know a bunch of other people that are here. Steven just joined, and some of you other guys that just joined and are just jumping into it. So we want to see you getting shots up there and all that stuff, and see your faces on Crewcast this week. I will see you on Tuesday, and Sharon's in here. Sharon, you got all the women coming tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I'm excited to see everyone.
Awesome.
4
Awesome.
o'clock Eastern.
I'm good to shut it down. We got a football game to watch.
Indeed. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for taking your time today and joining us on the New to the Crew.
Hey, James.
Yes.
I didn't get that email. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to get it at, but I didn't get the email of the newsletter.
It would be, Isaac, did you sign up and did you show them the blue button?
Oh, no, I didn't show them the new button. Thanks for reminding me about the blue button. Guys, on your profile, let's go back here, my account. Let's go upload profile. Is it in the profile? Oh, my account.
Isaac, I don't think you have an account. Did you sign up? Under what name? I don't.
Yep. I signed up. Isaac Brown.
Oh, wait, I spelled it wrong. That would help. That would help. Spelling your name wrong. Yeah, you should have had it. Let me just see. I'll go into your account. Hold on. I see you in there. You're all dialed in.
So you just have to make sure on your email preferences inside your account settings.
Yeah, it's off. I'm
that
turning
you
it
need
on
to
right
have
now.
Subscribe to a Headshot Crew newsletter. You have to make sure that that says yes. And that will make sure that you get all of the updates and the new links to all the newsletters. So make sure that one's on.
Oh, so Isaac, I just did that for you, and now you have to opt. It should have sent you an email saying, for approving that. Just make sure that that thing's blue. Yours was grayed out, so you wouldn't have gotten it. So now that it's gone out already, I'll forward it to you. How's that sound?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay.
No, that's cool. So again, guys, account settings, subscribe to Headshot Crew newsletter. You don't get spammed. There's no spam that's going out. It's only for business.
What do you mean? I spam the crap out of them. What are you talking about?
I have a question really quick. I just checked my spam folder and I checked the button and it says yes, but I did not receive an email today.
Okay. So do you use Google by chance?
Yes.
Do you have a promotions tab?
Let me check. Yes, it's in there. Okay, so how do I move that?
Oh, he's wise. He's wise in the ways of Google.
You gotta. I don't know. You gotta list it. You gotta say that this is cool and you need this in your life somehow.
Okay, well, thank you for finding it for me. That's
I'm
amazing.
so glad you found it. That's great. I didn't. I just was going off what my web guy tells me. Isaac, did you get that? I just sent it to you.
Peter, I think if Stephanie saves your
sir.
email as a contact, it will go into her regular mail and not into promotions.
Yeah, the one that it comes from should be info@headshotcrew.com, I believe, or customer.service@headshotcrew.com, or you can whitelist it. Yeah. Can you guys check at what you got, where it comes from? If anybody doesn't get it, you guys got to make sure we sort that out.
Stephanie, if you click on the email and you move that email from your promotions tab to your primary tab, if you do that 3 times, Google will remember that email goes to your primary tab, and then you won't have to worry about it anymore.
There you go. You got to do it 3 times though. They got to be sure. Anyway, does anybody else?
This efficiency is amazing.
Does anybody else need me to forward that newsletter to them from today? It's got the crew casts that are going on this week. It's got a couple other things.
Jermaine,
you didn't get it?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I was grayed out, so it was my fault. But yeah,
It's grayed out. You're not going to get it. Yeah, no, there's not going to be any getting if the thing doesn't say that you want it.
just fixed it.
All right, now you're going to get it.
I just fixed it also, so you can forward to me.
All right, wait, hold on. I'm trying to find Jermaine now. I don't know where it should be right here. Hold on. All right, I got you. I'm going to forward it to you. Who else needs it?
Jermaine, were you okay, or did you get it, Jermaine?
I need it.
Okay, Lamont needs it.
Lamont needs it. All right, let's go crazy. Lamont needs it. But you guys are good now, right?
Janice is trying to stay awake.
Toby also, I need it.
Lamont, check the promotions tab too. I'll put it in there. Anybody else need it?
Yeah, I was grayed out. Aaron.
All right.
Aaron was grayed out.
Yeah, but it's fixed now. I'm saved, subscribed.
Aaron, what's your email?
Aaron at aaronvan.com.
Got it. All right, it's coming.
Thank you.
That was grayed out also.
The default on that is blue, I think. So you guys must have grayed it out, or is it? It's not defaulting grayed out, is it? You guys remember?
I hadn't been in there, so it was default to gray when I signed up this week.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to my web guy about that. Who else didn't get it? Anybody else?
I didn't get it though. I just checked out. There's nothing in my inbox.
Lamont?
Yeah, I didn't receive it yet.
Who else? Who said that they checked their inbox? I can't.
Olutobi, I didn't get
Toby.
it.
Olatobi.
Yeah,
Hold on
yeah.
a second. I can't see you. And
I just sent you a direct message. To my email.
Way we work, folks. On the fly. We're getting things done.
I didn't get it
Toby,
either,
you got
Peter.
two accounts here. You want it under the Headshots by TH?
Yes, headshots by TH, yeah.
You want me to delete the Olatobi Harry at Gmail?
Yeah, delete that one. I'm not using it anymore.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Who else needs it?
Linda does.
Linda Packard.
Oh, Linda. Yeah, you just signed up too. We just got you in the group. You good to go? Now
Yes.
you guys are here. You got, all right, Linda, I've got you. Linda, you should have been in on that. But yeah, I guess I'm going to talk to Joe, because if those are all grayed, that means we've got a bunch of people missing it. Okay. All right. I've got
Wait a
everybody.
minute. What's grayed out? I'm missing what's grayed out.
I'll show you. I'll show you. So,
All right, guys, I just sent that to you. You should all have it.
just a sec. Where is it? So here, sharing. So right here, Linda, on your account settings.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one right here, email preferences.
Yeah, I put yes on that. All right, I'll go back and check it again.
I can do it for you. Let me look. You need to add pictures to your portfolio. That's the first thing. And you are, yeah, it's no. I saved it for you. So now it should be good. Can you guys check if you got an email asking you to opt into the newsletter after I check that? What did I check that for?
I just did.
You did. Good. Okay. It's working. Okay. So James, we need to be on top of that.
Yep. I've wrote it down.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
All right. All right, guys. Anything else? If you need anything, reach out to us. We're here for you. We want you to get acclimated to the site, enjoy it. Obviously, there's people that love Headshot Crew in here because they're here at New to the Crew just to chat with you guys, which is awesome. And what else? We got to see your work. We got to get to work and see what you got going on. Plus, you're going to learn. Did you tell them they learn through osmosis when I'm coaching?
Yes,
we do it.
I did definitely mention that.
Okay, so you're going to learn a lot just by watching. So hopefully we see you in there and dig through a bunch of videos when you get the time. And thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And we will see you on Clubhouse. Or we'll hear from you on Clubhouse in between.
During the game?
I'm sure we can't stay away from Clubhouse. Of course, we're going to be talking about the game on Clubhouse, I guess.
Yeah. That's just more of our like casual chat and stuff like that. But as far as the Headshot Crew and all the coaching and learning and all that stuff, that happens here on the website and on our Zoom calls.
And I'll see all the women tomorrow. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. The more you give, the more you get out of it, and we're all here to help.
Yep.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for being on.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you this week. Bye-bye.
It's where we find out where everybody was sleeping. And
No, not sleeping, just working. But Have a good night. Have a good one. Enjoy the game.
I was listening in the background.
See you
Thanks, Shane.
guys.
Yep. Thanks.
Have a good one.